Welcome to the All Jammed Up podcast, presented to you by Music Never Stopped. Today is Thanksgiving, Thursday, November 27th, and today on the podcast we have Nick Codina from Dogs in a Pile.
Well, we're all jammed up and we're ready to blast. It's time for Clint and Chloe's Music Podcast.
Good morning, fools. Welcome to the All Jammed Up podcast. I'm your host, Clint.
I'm your co-host, Chloe.
And happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Happy Turkey Week. Happy trying to avoid the family members you don't really like to talk to week. Happy
Black Friday.
Much of Food Week.
Much of food.
Much of food about nothing.
Yeah, and Thanksgiving, I think we've been doing every Monday and Thursday since we started. Mm-hmm. We try really hard to not miss, we don't miss episodes, we've never missed an episode.
Yeah.
We did a July 4th one, we're doing a Thanksgiving one, and I think we'll do a Christmas one now too, and I kind of debated whether to do that, but it was like, some people travel on the holidays. Some people just get overwhelmed with their family, need to step away.
To sit in a room for a bit.
So, Clot and Chloe, we're here for you guys.
Clot and Chloe.
We're here as the All Jammed Up people to provide you a little something to, whether you need to get away from your drunk uncle, your cousin that's getting too political, or your mom who keeps asking about your dating life, whatever it may be.
You got a family with us.
You got a family with us. And we got a fun one today, too. Dogs in a Pile, we've been interviewing those guys for a while. I mean, Jimmy was the second episode. We had Joey. We had Sam as well. Mm-hmm. And we got another guy from Dogs in a Pile, but it's not Brian or Jeremy yet. It's Nick Codina, the photographer. He's also like the team manager.
Inside man, inside scooper.
Inside man, inside scooper. You might know him too as Nick's Pics on Instagram. He does a lot of like photography for other bands, and we talk about like how he just hustled and grinded, taking different pictures at different bands at festivals, run from stage to stage, and how it got him to this gig at Dogs in a Pile that he seems to be really, really proud of. Mm-hmm. And the first few minutes, we get into some heavy sports talk, probably 5 or 6 minutes. If that's not for you, just skip that part. I promise the rest of the interview is really good. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people don't care for sports. I do. So sometimes I talk about them.
So sometimes it gets brought up, okay?
And a part for me that was really cool is the Pisgah show they did here. He talks about his 2 favorite shows that Dogs have ever done.
Yeah.
One was in Pisgah. The other one, you got to listen to the interview to find out. But a lot of the listeners, I think, we made some friends that night, people who had listened to the podcast. So they'll know why that night was special. But, of course, it was special to you and I because we were there. Like the show was for us, for everybody there. But for it to be that special to Nick, too, someone who's been to all these shows of Dogs, and the story of why it was special was really good.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really fun interview. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And that's probably it. Should we just get right into it?
We'll roll.
Alrighty. Interview with Nick Codina, or Nick's Pics, because I don't know if I said his last name right.
Honey, you're listening to some All Jammed Up.
Alrighty, guys. We're here with Nick Codina, Dogs in a Pile. Photographer? Are you like management too?
Yeah, I'm a tour manager, photographer, and anything else that's needed, basically.
Jack of all trades, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, now, how long have you been doing that for?
So I've been a photographer for about 3, going on 4 years now. And then tour managing, I've only been doing officially for like a year and a half when they pushed me up. But yeah, I basically was doing a lot of the work in the beginning. But that goes hand in hand when you're starting up with like a small band. You just got to do everything you can.
So have you been with them from like the get-go?
Basically, yeah. My first show ever I shot was with Aqueous at Ardmore Music Hall on my phone, and they were like, "Hey, like this is pretty good." And my best friend AJ, who's now our light guy, was like, "You're good at this. Like, why don't you try and do something with it?" And then Aqueous kept hiring me. I got hired by Jim Cotta for a little tour, Great Blue, which is Peter from Goose's side project. And then I was like, I really want to work with Dogs. They're a Jersey band. And it just, me and Sam met at a Disco Biscuit show, and it just went off from there.
Okay. And are you a Jersey guy or are you a Philly guy?
I'm a Jersey guy. So I grew up in North Jersey, like 20 minutes away from MetLife and like 30 minutes away from New York.
But you're a big Eagles fan?
Yeah, so my dad worked for Sprint, or Nextel at the time, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and they were based out of Philadelphia. And we my first ever NFL game was at the link in box seats with free chicken fingers. So it was game over from there. You can't really beat that.
Were they good then? Who'd they have then? Was it
I know we
McNabb at
had
that
Javon
time?
Curse because my first jersey was Javon Curse. I'm trying to remember all the way back. I think Donovan was just starting.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it would have been like 3 years before that terrible Terrell Owens Donovan McNabb year where it just imploded on itself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. And then he
yeah,
went to Dallas after that, right?
yeah, yeah. Or
Nice.
yeah, yeah. I had Andy Reid my whole career, and then went through coach to coach to coach, and it was like, all right, here we go. Be an Eagles fan.
Nice. Now, yeah, you guys are pretty good now. I mean, it seems like every game is ugly, but you guys end up winning somehow.
Yeah, I feel pretty blessed right now because I'm not as stressed this season as I am usually because like the Dodgers winning the World Series. I'm like, all right, cool, I have that right now to keep me going. And whenever it's like stressful, I'm like, it's the Eagles. I'm getting used to it at this point.
hmm
It's
Why are you
funny
a
like
Dodgers
meeting
fan?
new bandwagon. Yeah, I became a Dodgers fan like 2 years ago, right as they started doing well, right at the beginning
Oh,
of the
okay.
season. Yeah, when we had a residency in LA for a year. I went to like 10 Dodgers games in a row, and I was like, this is pretty sweet. I grew up playing lacrosse, so I didn't
Okay.
really like baseball. But I come from a Cuban background, so baseball was like you kind of is like, oh, you got to do this. It's like be
Yeah.
like baseball. It's in your blood.
Yeah, when I didn't have a baseball team either, and then when I was in high school, I just chose the Dodgers also because of Yasiel Puig. I
Yeah,
just thought he was like funny. And
yeah.
then I kind of stopped watching it, but I did a road trip back in like 20, like cross country back in like 2017, and I got to go to Dodger Stadium, and that was a sick stadium.
It's just magical. Like the first time I walked in there, I went in with the because like I went in with like the impression of being like I want to get into baseball, so I'm gonna pick the Phillies or the Dodgers or the Mets because Kieran, our merchant video manager, is a big Mets fan, and then Ross is a big Phillies fan, our manager, obviously, and I'm a Flyers fan, I'm a Phillies fan, I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan, and I'm a Dodgers fan. I couldn't. I was very like hesitant to become a Phillies fan because I know how Philadelphia sports fans have to go through the four-team heartbreak, and it's just like a lot at one point. And so like people like I went to the Dodgers Phillies game this year for the playoffs by myself. I sat by myself, full Dodgers gear. People were cursing at me. I was like, I'm used to this. I grew up in this. It's fine.
Yeah.
And but like when they won, and then even like the next day when the Eagles lost to the Giants, like which is one of the worst ways an Eagles fan can feel is when the Eagles lose to the Giants, and then losing a playoff game too to end the series. I'm sitting there. I'm at a bar in Philly. People looking at me like, "Fuck you! You're in a Dodgers jersey and an Eagles Super Bowl jacket." I'm like, "Yeah, but this is why I did this because I don't feel both heartbreaks. Like you feel that,
Yeah.
and
Are,
like it's just miserable for a sports Phillies fan."
do you know who the podcast Pardon My Take is?
Yes.
Have you ever listened to it?
I try listening to podcasts a lot, and I'm just like I could do like 20 minutes in a stint, and then I switch different podcasts with my ADD. So I think I have, but I'm not to the point where I could be like, yes, I
There's a
know it.
dude on the podcast named Max, and he's like big Philly fan. And the first time I saw you, I was like, that dude kind of looks like Max. You had like a Philly
I think
hat
I
on
remember you
too.
telling me
Yeah, I think I did say that at Pisca that time we met.
that.
But the music, man, how did you get like I looked back on your Instagram like way back on your Instagram to like 2016 when you're giving like motivational weightlifting quotes.
Nice.
But I can kind of see the progression of like just taking pics at shows with your phone and like replaying old videos. So like I can tell that music's kind of always been a big part of you. And I just kind of want to hear your journey. Like, how'd you get into this scene of music, and like, how did it get you to being a part of Dogs in a Pile now?
No, that's a good question. Um, I've always loved music, not jam bands per se, like the whole time. Like I said earlier, like my dad was born in Cuba, and I come from a Latin background, so like music was always flowing into my house. Like we'd come home from like the movies, and my dad it would be like 12 in the morning. My dad would be blasting Mark Anthony or Tito Puente at like the loudest volume you could, just so the neighbors knew that the Latin neighbors were home. And like when Michael Jackson died, my whole family like went in the car, blasted the music to full blast, and drove around the whole town, like just listening to Michael Jackson. Like music has just always been like one of those like cornerstones for me, and I always realized like that's what I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to be a part of like something magical like that. And like I've always sung my whole life. Like I don't know if you've ever heard any of the parts where I sit in with dogs. Like I have, I they let me sit in every now and then. That's been like really cool. So like that was nice to be able to get like I always wanted to figure out how do I get my step in there to like be a vocalist or do something.
Hmm.
So I could never learn how to play guitar. I sucked. I have dumb fingers, as BB King would say. And piano, I can only make it sound good for like 2 minutes in a row, and then it sounds like a cat's playing. But yes, music's just always been there. I just always knew like this is what I want to do. Like if you like back in high school and middle school, like I was always known as a kid walking around the hallways singing and just like being that person. But I never did theater or I never did chorus. Like I was a three sport athlete my whole life until high school where I focused on lacrosse and wrestling. And I always I felt like I want to do this, but it didn't feel possible. And then I went to college. I went to college for lacrosse. I dropped out after my first year because it was just like it wasn't what I expected. I expected to be a
Hmm.
D3 program. I could smoke weed. I can like go through it very easily. It wasn't that. It was a top D3 program. I was like, fuck this. I dropped out, and then I was kind of a little bit of a bum for a little bit. I got like a credit card. I started going to like festivals and stuff like that, like maxing out my card as much as I could, and
It'll happen
just like going to
fast.
see yeah, going to see as many like shows as I could. And if you went back as far as you say you did in my Instagram, you'll see at the beginning of Nick's Picks, like I wasn't a Phish fan, like at all. I hated Phish. There's a picture, and I kept it there on purpose for people like you that ever were interested to like see like how did this go, and to know like I didn't like go back on this. Like at first I didn't like Phish. There's a
Hmm.
picture of a big boat sinking when Big Boat came out, and I was like, this is how I feel about the album. Like it sucks. And like I was a huge String Cheese fan. I just kept going to festivals, just kept finding out like this is what it is. People accept you here. Like I'm not being judged for smoking the amount of weed that I smoke because I smoke a lot of weed. Like and being like questioning of like different viewpoints. Like it was accepting, you
Hmm.
know, and that felt cool. And I also loved because I was always the type of person that listened to everything. Like I was always taught to listen to every type of genre. And that's what jam bands are at the end of the day to me. Like it's not a band that improvises. It's a band that can play any genre of music they want at any point in time. And like they're just talented ass musicians. And so that's what I fell in love with, like that. And I was like, this is cool. I want to be a part of it. How do I figure out how to be a part of it? And Nick's Pick started. I went to I started like seeing Cal Funk. I don't know if you know that page. I don't know if that's even still
Hmm.
around anymore. Or Aaron's Picks. I don't know if he even posts. But oh, okay, what's another Fish Dance Party? That one's still around. I know. You know that page? Yeah. So Fish Dance Party is like that started after I think I was doing it, but like there's a lot of pages like Aaron Picks, Cal Funk, and they were posting just videos from YouTube that shows that they liked that were like cool
Hmm.
jams and posting it to Instagram. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm gonna do that. Like after I think my first Phish show, I did that. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And all of a sudden, I got like 1,000 likes on one video, and it just kept going up and going up. And people started recognizing me at Phish shows, and I became like this Instagram celebrity almost. And it was weird. Like girls would like, I'd go on dates with girls that were in the Phish scene, and they would like walk around me, and people would be like, "Next Max," I'd be like, "All right, wait, what did you?" I didn't know that this was a thing, and I'm like, "Yeah, like it's weird." And like like I still to this day, like I'll be at a Fish show and like someone will be looking at me weird, and I'll be like, "Do you follow me on Instagram?" They're like, "Yeah, like I thought it was you," and it was cool at first, so I just like ran with it. I was like, "Fuck this!" Like, if this is how I have to like get my toe in, I'll do it. And then like I met like some of the most important people in my life, um, and I just realized that something that you probably know too would be like getting in with podcasting. You just have to be a good hang in the end of the day and not like a weirdo, and you'll get accepted.
Yeah,
Like,
you talked about people recognizing you, and I just thought of me at Halloween grabbing you
yeah,
from behind.
yeah. It used to be because of I'm a big Dopapod fan, and I used to always wear my Dopapod hat backwards. And people used to be like, "I know the hat, I know the hat," and I'd be like, "It's a little weird. Like, a lot of people wear this hat." It was just funny. And like Dopapod, that's a big part of why I picked jam bands. 'Cause that's like my heart and soul of
Mm-hmm.
like getting into the scene. Like Neil or Fro from Dopapod, he was the first like artist to be like, come backstage, come hang out, and like let's be friends. And I was like, whoa, like I could be friends with one of my favorite musicians in the world, and like I could. This is a real thing. It's not. It wasn't like a billion miles apart anymore. It was two
Yeah.
feet away from each other,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I was like, fuck it, I could do it.
That's funny you say Dopapod because do you know Mike Jaws, the Eggy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a big. I had like a similar conversation with him. He said he's a big Dopapod fan too.
Yeah, Dopa Fam runs deep. It's honestly my favorite fan base. I've been through a lot of them. I've seen Spaff Nerds go from the rise of the Facebook group that it was to like the stagnant thing it is right now. I've seen the Pigeons Coop, like when they were selling pins for like $500 of like variant one pigeons playing ping pong pins, like, and now that's still not as it's popular, but it's not as popular. And now I get to
Yeah,
see Dogs in a Piles, Dog Pound, pretty booming right now, and it's been weird, like seeing the different
ebbs and
ups and
flows.
downs. Dopapod, Dopafam's always been consistent. Like we miss you, we love you, we just want the music. Like we're there, and that's something that was really important coming into the scene for me.
So
Mike
how
Jaws is
did
an angel.
so how did you get connected with the Dogs guys?
I met Greg Knight. You know who Greg Knight is?
I don't think so.
Greg Knight, I think, was the publicist. I don't know the exact title he had for Goose at the time, but he was a publicist for Goose, and he was starting to work with Dogs. And I had been working with Great Blue, and Peter from Great Blue, from Goose, or Great Blue, whatever you want to say, he kept giving my praise to like other people, and Greg Knight kept hearing it. I met Greg Knight at a show. He saw me work, and he was like, "Hey, like I heard your name around the scene. I know you're upcoming. I really like the way you're going to get at it. There's another band from New Jersey that I think you would be really cool working with, and like I want to introduce you guys." So 4 years ago, actually, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks and 3 weeks ago, I took photos for Dogs in a Pile and Big Shrimp for the first time ever at Garcia's at like the room in the Capitol Theater.
Hmm.
And 4 years later, I was at Garcia's in Chicago with them.
Yeah.
So that was pretty crazy. But yeah, Greg Knight introduced me to them. He got me the gig. He reached out to Ross. Was like, "Hey, I got this guy. I want him to shoot photos for you." Ross was like, "All right." Then Ross really liked my shots, invited me to come work the pony, and he was like, "I like your photos. Like, do you want to do some more gigs with us?" And then the best part of the story is being at summer camp with all the guys. I didn't go to summer camp with the guys their first year or maybe their second year. I met up with them, but I had intention to work for them at the festival. Like I worked for like 10 bands that day. And the whole day we just hung out. Like we just hung out, walked around the festival, went to go see Spangle, like I ate like the last time that was the last time I ate mushrooms, I think. And like me and Jeremy and like the whole band went to go see Spangle and just bonded. And then like the next day we're still doing it, and I think Sam looks at me, he's like, "Hey, like we really like you being around. We really like your work. Like you want to come on tour with us for Twiddle Tour?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah." Like Twiddle's like one of
Yeah.
my favorite bands. That's a dream. And this was my dream to like get in and like be able to work with you guys. And the first time I ever met Sam and Kieran was still tour manager at the time, and I was like, I want to work for you guys. I want you to be the Steve Parrish and me to be the Jay Blakesberg. Like I want, like that's what I want this to develop into, and it kind of has, and it's pretty cool. I put it out there, and it worked.
Hell yeah. And couldn't have been like with a better group of guys. Like those Dogs
Oh yeah,
dudes are so cool.
yeah. They're all
Um,
really young. They're all still learning, but they're all sweet boys. I
yeah,
feel very fortunate.
Jimmy was my very first interview on this podcast. Like he wasn't the first episode, but he was the first person I interviewed. And I've told the story in the podcast a couple times now, but Dogs was like my favorite of, they probably are my favorite of like the newer jam bands. And I kind of just emailed, I think I emailed Kevin and Ross just kind of on a whim. And I was like, maybe these guys will let me interview them. And then they're like, yeah, you can interview Jimmy Law. And I was like, no way. And then,
Yeah,
like you said, I've like met him a couple times now, hung out with you guys before and after shows. And it's like, they're just regular old guys too.
yeah. That's the cool part about the scene, man. Like it sucks when you meet a dick like in the scene or like someone you looked up to. Like I met a couple photographers that were not like that. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to meet you, and then they were
Hmm.
just like shoo. And it
Yeah.
happens, it happens. Like people are artists, people have egos, and it's cool to see like my boys being artists and putting aside that ego to like take that time to talk to the fans and take that time to make that connection. That's why we do well in California and we do well in Denver because when we were there for a month, we made the connections. We made
Yeah.
ourselves seem like locals, like we didn't seem like tourists coming in just playing to make money. We
Collecting a
seemed like
check and
people
hitting
that
the road.
yeah, we wanted to be a part of the culture. I clearly wanted to be a part of the culture. Like, and it's awesome. It's definitely a beautiful thing we're making. And like I said earlier, I've seen the rise and fall and like stagnation of a lot of groups. So it's cool to be a part of it for once and try to keep it going.
I just think even in the Pisca show, like it got rained out. Everything was kind of falling to pieces, and like you guys could have just wrapped up, called it a night, been on your way. But it was like, no, we'll just do this impromptu show, and like the boys just, I think it was just like Jimmy and Brian playing for like 20 minutes, and then like one by one, everyone was getting set up,
Yeah,
and it ended up being a killer show. That was like, that's probably one of my favorite shows I've seen you guys, at least this year.
I've seen a lot of Dogs in the Pile shows, and my top two favorite shows are that show and Little Rock, Arkansas.
Really, the
Um,
Pisca show is your top two?
yeah, well, just because like you said, like the magic that happened out of that night,
Mm-hmm.
like it I've never been so proud. I've literally never been so proud of my group of boys. Like it brings me like chills to my body and like a tear to my eye a little bit, like because like you said, it fucking rained. That was terrible. That sucked. And that community had just gone through something also like that recently. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Where they were washed out. And I kept telling them like, these people pay money and like these people care and we can get it going. I can do all the work on stage with the crew. Like all I need is like some of the like the house crew to go set up the stage, get whatever they want, and we'll go one by one because the band was worried about their gear, and I just had to convince them one by one, like we're gonna take care of this. You can go slowly. You don't got to go right away. You just got to play something. And as soon as like Jimmy and Brian, like you said, have their guitars, that was the easiest thing to break down and make sure it was clear. Boom, sent them. Sam was next, I think, because that's the next guitarist. It's the easiest thing
Yeah.
to clean. Boom. Now you have a rhythm section. Joey, we got done pretty quick because he has no electrical things, and he's young and fast. So boom, he goes in there. Jeremy was the hardest one to get in there because he had a lot of his keyboard rig is huge, and it poured.
He made
And
up for it
so
though with that Benny the Jets.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, all right, like I'm Jeremy's keyboard tech at the end of the day too. So I was like, I got this. I'll take care of this. Everything's set in there. We had like four friends like come that were also techs. Like they were just going to the show and they're like, "What do you need?" And I was like, "Go set up the stage. Like go do the stage. We'll take care of this. Just make sure everything's ready when they get in there." And it was fucking ready. And they went in there. I finished doing the keys. I went in there and when I saw them playing, like I was so fucking stoked, dude. I was so fucking stoked. Like that moment was the moment I got into music for. To make those people smile,
Yeah.
to like show that it's not about the big gigs. It's about any of the gigs. Like Mike Dillon has a quote, I believe, where he says, "If you see me sell it out in front of two people, then tell me to retire." Because like you should just give your all to whoever's there, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. And those people were willing to stay, and the owner was so nice. So we were like, "Let's
Shouts out
do it.
Pisca
Like,
Dave.
let's get it done." He asked me. He was like, "I don't know what to do." I was like, "The only idea I can think of is." You have a stage inside, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, we're gonna go play inside. I'll try to convince him to do acoustic, and it worked.
Yeah,
My
that makes me
crew fucking
stoked that
crushed
that was
it.
like so special to you too, because like that was I was so excited for that show, and then like I got to interview Sam before, and then like I missed the whole opener. Get out there, and it starts raining, and I was like, fuck, like you guys did Bonnaroo the night before too, so it was like I kind of knew
Yeah,
you were gonna be riding on that high and that energy, and then it was like, fuck, we're not gonna be able to see him play. So the fact that the guys did, and like the fact that it's so special to you two, like really makes me happy.
yeah. Like I don't even. That's the thing. Like that's how awesome that show was. I didn't even remember Bonnaroo was the night before. You know what I mean? Like you bring that up, I was like, holy shit! Like we literally went from Bonnaroo to just making these people's day. Like ICP closed the night out that night. I was like, that was sick. But then that night stood out more to me the night after because like that's what you do it for. That's what
Mm-hmm.
you do it for. That's what the crew does it for. That's what the band does it for. And if you're not doing it for that, then I don't think you make it as far as the Grateful Dead made it, or as far as Phish makes it, or as far as any of these artists we all look up to. Because at the end of the day, you can only do it for yourself so much. You have to find another source.
Mm, yeah. And I got a shout out from Sam that night before the encore. He was like, "This one's for Clint," and you guys
Yeah,
did
fuck
Bulls on Parade.
yeah. Oh, that Bulls on Parade was just like a ripper. Like,
Yeah, Sam's just got his phone up looking at the lyrics.
yeah, that was a ripper. Wow, dude, I love that show so much.
That
And
was
then
a
the
good
Little
one.
Rock, Arkansas show is only one of my favorite shows because there was a ripper and there was no one there, and I screamed Freebird from the back, and they played it, and they did not know that it was me screaming it. And then the band later were like, "This fucking asshole screamed Freebird." I was like, "That was me." So
That's hilarious. Dude, that new song they've been playing, I don't know how new it really is, but it's new to me. 116 Days.
yeah, that one's a good one.
Dude, that's like a masterpiece. I'm obsessed with that song.
Ever since that came out, I've been saying because like it doesn't get the biggest pop from the crowd. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
people like it's a slower song, which is expected at a live show. So I've been saying I was like I don't see this being like the song people are like wow at shows yet, but I see it being one day hopefully like it could be a song in a movie. You know what I mean? Like in a scene passing by. It's like
I
it's a
think
song that
like
you hear and you're like I need to keep re-listening to this.
the build up to it, because like it does like start out slow, but it picks up, it gets
Yeah,
better and better, and then like Jimmy kind of lets out that like a scream kind of at the end of the song, and like I've been listening to like all different versions on Nugs, and I'm like obsessed with it. You've probably do you run the Instagram?
no, Ross runs the Instagram.
Okay, I've been
Yeah,
posted it on my story like 3 times this week, and I always see you guys look at it, and I'm like, they're probably like, this kid's crazy, but it's
yeah,
just such a good song, dude. Like I put it on Thursdays. Chloe and I do like songs of the week and make a playlist and put it on Spotify.
fuck yeah.
And that was the first song I put on. It was 116 Days from the Raleigh one you guys just released.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love how they all split up the writing. It's not very like, boom, you're the guy. And like I
Hmm.
hate when people are like, oh, so this guy writes all the songs, or this guy's the lead guy, this guy's the lead guitarist. I'm like, no, no one's anything. They're all share it, and that's the key.
Does Kieran help on the writing too? Some of the songs.
Kieran writes Kieran has written a couple of lyrics for like the earlier songs. Like we basically it's pretty hard to not like help write a song when you're
Hmm.
around them so long and they're bouncing ideas off of you. You know what I mean? Like that Christmas song that we just released. Like that was me and Sam that wrote that song. We didn't release, but the one we did with the Stone Pony. Like it just happens. It's fun, and that's the cool part about it. Is like they're open to being like, hey, like, what do you think about this? And do you have any ideas?
Yeah, that's
So
cool that they let you on it. My girlfriend Chloe, she sat in the green room with Brian and Jimmy when I interviewed Joey in St. Pete. And she said Jimmy was like writing on a new riff like while she was there, and she was like getting to watch that was so cool, just like him just like now listen to this, now listen to this, and him and Brian were just like dissecting it.
yeah, it's definitely. Sometimes they make me feel stupid because I'm like watching it like what happened? They're like we changed. I'm like no you didn't. They're like yeah we did. I was like okay whatever you say.
I'll have like friends over here in Asheville that like play guitar, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll try to jam with you guys, and it's like I'm just like hitting one chord, I can't do anything.
No, yeah, it's that's always been my pain that I cannot play an instrument very well. Jeremy's tried to teach me. I've had a harp solo once with dogs, in Denver. Jeremy taught me how to play harmonica like within like 2 weeks, and then they were like, "Hey, do you want to like do the solo on Blues Traveler?" I'm like, "I guess so," and I just kind of like made sure I looked good and it sounded okay, and it worked.
That's
That's my
funny.
biggest extent from ever playing an instrument well.
I know that it's probably not something you do as much anymore, but you mentioned it earlier. You were working for like 10 bands in a day at summer camp. How does it kind of like a band's just like, hey, $200 to take pictures for us, and then you just agree with each? Like, how does that kind of work as far as like it being a job?
It's a hustle. It's a fucking hustle. I would run because like at festivals, you know how it is. Like you go and they're all different stages. And if
Hmm.
I'm not working for the festival, I don't get like a golf cart or anything. I got to walk to each stage. I got to make sure I do like an hour here, give them their full time. I when I negotiate, I try to do like, hey, I'm gonna give you 20 shots for like $200, like $10 a shot or something like that. In the beginning of my career, of course, I was real cheap. I was like dirt cheap. And
Yeah.
also, like, luckily for like Nick's picks, I had a lot of friends that were in bands that were like waiting for me to do something financially with what I had. And I reached out to like all of my friends, like The Special, Aqueous, Dopapod, uh, fucking a bunch of people, like just like nonstop. I was hustling on Nick's picks. I was like, hey, like I'm trying to make a little bit of money now, taking photos. Like this is what I've done. And they're like, oh fuck yeah, like come to our set. We'll pay you like $50. We'll pay you $100. Pay you $200.
Hmm.
And like it would vary like with the different bands. And I knew like how they were doing, how well off they were doing, if they like, or how close I was with them. Uh, and yeah, I just hustled. I just hustled my ass off. I used to drive like 5 hours for an event for a show just to work for like one night, just to get my name out there
Yeah.
and like hit them up and
Yeah,
do it.
you're telling me, man. I'm driving all over the place for one interview these days.
Yeah, yeah, you get it. It's
Yeah.
hard, but you got to do it.
Yeah, man. It's like you said, like being a part of it is what's fun. Like,
Yeah,
sure, like I don't make any money off this yet, but like I have an idea in my head. I'm like, the money will come one day. But it's like being a part of it, and like I had some lady at Hulu, and I've told this story in the podcast too. Sorry, guys, but I had this lady at Halloween come up to me and be like, "I've listened to every episode," and like just getting like those kind of experiences is like reminds you like kind of why you do it, and the rest
yeah,
of the stuff will come.
yeah. That's how I felt with Nick's Picks in the beginning. Like when people were like, "You got me into Dopapod," and like I wake up in the morning and I'm bored at like I'm upset at work. And I just watch your videos. Like that was cool. Like that
Yeah.
was like yeah okay. So this is something. I'm not just a schlub. I'm like this is cool. It means something. It means something. Every little thing means something to someone.
Hmm. Yeah. And the Knicks pick page has kind of evolved a lot. Like I said, I went back and saw like high school stuff, and then it was videos that you liked, and then it was kendama. Is that what that
Yeah.
is?
During COVID, I got very heavy into kendama.
Yeah, it looks like you're pretty gnarly at it. Is that something you still fuck around with?
Not anymore. I like to do this at festivals. Like I still have the skill, but
Mm-hmm.
I like to do it at festivals. And I see like a look, like you can tell, like trying really hard and tripping balls, and I'll be like, "Oh, can I see that?" Because like I don't look like the guy that could do it really anymore.
Yeah.
And I'll do like a 6 string trick, and they'll be like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Here you go." And like the
Yeah,
first, like
fun.
dogs saw me do it the first time, and they were just cracking up. They're like, "That's a thing you can do?" I was like, "Yeah." And I gave Jimmy a kendama. I gifted him one. He plays every now and then.
Jimmy looks like the guy who could be good at
Yeah,
it.
Jimmy. He's slipped off a little bit, but he got a hang of it in the beginning. I have a lot of them still, honestly, and I kind of like every now and then think about it. I'm like, I wish I would play with these, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I just got a set of balls. I've been trying to learn how to juggle lately.
Yeah, dude,
I was
try
fucking around
kendama.
with it at Halloween.
It's fun. Like once that's another thing. Like doing kendama kind of taught me a lot because I was you hit this trick with this like little spike in the hole and like do like all this crazy shit and then you spike it and you're like wow that was like almost near impossible and if I
Yeah.
can do that I can probably do anything else I want to fucking do
I
and
think that's a big thing too, is like the juggling, like that's so hard I couldn't do that. And then I
yeah
just started talking to this dude at Halloween and like doing it with him, and now I can do it pretty well. And it's like getting started is always the hardest thing.
oh yeah but once you realize that you can accomplish that impossible feat it's like what else am I can I take over
Hmm.
for real. Like it was like limitless at that point. And like that's how I viewed COVID. It was like if you didn't learn from this or figure out a way to grow with yourself, then didn't you didn't spend time well. And that there was a failure of a year or however how long I can't even remember it
Yeah,
was.
too
Because
long
like that's what you should have been done. You should have been learning a language, be getting closer to your friends, learning about yourself. So
for sure. And then after the kendama, it's now like the Knicks pick has become almost more professional pictures that you are taking, but the captions have gone from like describing a moment to now it's kind of like a fun fact within the moment. Like what's kind
I
of
get bored. I have ADD like so bad. And like I thought that the facts were stupid at first, and then like people loved them. Like people are like, "Oh, I learned something today," and I was like, "Oh, cool." And like that probably one of the reasons why I don't post anymore on mixed pics, like not anymore, but like as much, is because like I take photos of the same band every day. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I don't want to repeat my content. Like I post on Nick's Pics photos wise when I see something that like really puts me into awe, and I'm like, this needs to be seen. And then I like thinking about something like really silly that might have happened in the day that correlates to my day and that photo. So the facts are not always random. Like there's usually like a correlation
Yeah,
with
yeah, that's
something
what I
that
was saying.
happened.
They're usually within the picture. Like it's
Yeah,
something because like there was one that was like Frasca's holding a nitrous, and you're like nitrous oxide is this.
yeah, exactly. And like that, I think that's cool. Like I think because like it's hard to even market photos on Instagram nowadays. So if I can get people to stop for an extra 2 seconds to read something too, then that'll help me out, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's fun for me. And I learn. I like learning shit like that. That's what I do on the road when I'm driving. I'll just Google random shit.
Can you give us a fun, funny, interesting, like insight to touring that maybe us casual fans don't know about? So maybe something
Um,
interesting that we don't know, and then like a funny dog story.
any something interesting that you don't know about touring? It's
Like
not
it's a
really that
lot of like there's a
interesting.
lot of time you're just a lot of time you're sitting in the car. Like what are the guys doing to like pass time?
Sam and I play a lot of 2K.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam and I play a lot of 2K. Um, Murray reads. Jimmy Jimmy's like my little brother. Well, he'll just like come out and be like a menace to me, and then like giggle and we'll like smoke weed together and watch something stupid, and then he'll go to sleep. Joey is like my little brother too, where like we just like hang out the whole time watching like cartoons or play like eat or like reading comics or if we're in like a TV that room like we can play like 2 games at a time, we'll do that. Um, Jeremy's usually learning. Like he's like watching something educational on the laptop.
Like
Like I
music
always be like,
wise.
oh. Yeah, I'll be like, what do you want to do? You want to smoke some weed? I'll be like, nah, I'm watching this. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's pretty much everyone. But
So is
yeah,
it
no,
just you? Who else is in the? Is it just you six and the
no,
driver?
it's me, Sam, Kieran. Oh, sorry, me, Kieran, AJ, our light guy, and Brian Masella, our sound guy. And then sometimes we have a
Okay.
driver, Rosa, who was actually another person I grew up with because we needed a
Nice.
driver, and I was like, I trust this guy with my life, and he just bulked up for us and came right on the road.
It's a fucking squad right there.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty proud of my squad that I have. It's a family for sure.
Are you guys touring right now, or you guys got a day off today?
We're in Chicago right
Oh,
now,
the
so
Garcia's
technically we're on
residency.
tour, but it's 2 days off, and then Garcia's tomorrow.
Nice. How's that? What's it gonna be? Today's the, or this week's the third show?
No, this week's the fifth and sixth show.
Fifth and sixth.
These are the
Okay.
last
How's
two.
it been
Yeah,
so far?
it's awesome. Garcia's is amazing. It's it's really weird, like the sit down vibe into the pit where like the people are standing up, especially like for me as a photographer because I'm trying to like get like a full room, but then you see like a full room in the front and then people sitting and relaxing in the back. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of funny. And Shapiro was there the first day, and I was like, "So is this supposed to be a blues venue?" And he was like, "It's whatever you want it to be." And I was like, "All right, cool. It looks like a blues venue."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I need to get out there. I've never been to Chicago, and I feel like there's so much cool shit out there, especially like in this music scene.
yeah, I didn't venture out a lot much because it's cold. I ate a lot of deep dish. That's probably the extent of my Chicago like um, traveling. But I wish I did more. Like I'm a big Chance the Rapper fan. Like I love
Mm.
blues. Like I really wanted to like do a lot more, but it's so cold. It's like bone chilling cold out. And it's fall. It's starting to get in the Midwest. Real freezing.
Cool. One last thing before we wrap up here, and it's just from doing this podcast, I know you know, but because that's how we met. But like, I've just met so many people, made so many friends, and one of the people that I met and kind of instantly had like a friendship with was Alex King, and I saw that you guys are pretty good friends. So I would love to finish this off with a good Alex King story.
That's a hard one. Alex,
He
Alex, did you
listens to
see
all the
Alex at
podcasts too, so he'll
Halloween?
love this.
Did you see Alex at Halloween?
I did see him at Halloween, yeah.
I haven't seen Alex in that form in like I feel like Alex and I have been friends for like 10 years now because he knows me before Nick's Picks like really started. Like we were just friends, and like it was just starting off. And he was like one of the first people to be like, "Yo, you're Nick's Picks," and I was like, "All right, this is cool." And then we bonded, and like I haven't seen him in that form for a while because I saw him before he started playing guitar. Like I knew Alex,
Yeah.
and then like I got with Dogs, he got with Sacred Hollow, and that's like one of my favorite magical things is my friendship with Alex because literally we both started from the same exact spot, and now we're doing. I like to think pretty well, and I was really happy that I got to see Alex in that form at Halloween because
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him like very like strict. Like I feel like I used to be like that too, like where I would be like in overalls tripping and like yeah, and I haven't had that chance in a while, and it was nice to see him like have his hair down.
Get to let
But
loose a little bit.
yeah, I can't think of any like specific stories. Alex and I did a lot of Phish shows together. A lot of Phish shows together.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What turned
uh,
you on to Fish? Because you said you didn't like them at first. What kind of changed your view on them? Just seeing them?
I've had a lot of. I've always had the viewpoint that if there's a mass following, there has to be something there that is appealing, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to ever like turn it down completely. I always want to try to give it another chance. Um, and at the time, and not at the time, I mean, Fish is king. You know what I mean? And so I felt like I was almost denying myself an opportunity, and being such a big Grateful Dead fan as I was. Um, I was like, I didn't get to see Jerry. I want
Yeah.
to see Trey. I want to see like, I want to see what I want to have that feeling of like this is I'm seeing history. And I was working DPW in a town near where I grew up, which is like town workers, and I was collecting leaves, sitting in a truck, and it was 2 days away from New Year's Eve. All my friends were going to Fish, and I was like, "Fuck this! Like, I got nothing to do. I hate New Year's Eve. I want to do something fun from now on." I think it wasn't even New Year's Eve. It was the 30th show at the time, and I was like, I'm in the car. Tickets are like $400 on StubHub. I'm like,
That's crazy.
I got some money right now. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna do it. And if I hate it, I hate it. I'll talk as much shit as I want on it. And I went, and I was absolutely jaw dropped at Madison Square Garden, a 30th show, and I was like, this is absolutely fucking amazing. And I bought tickets the next day and spent like $800 on Fish in the first 2 days of my life of liking
Jeez.
Fish, and just to go to the New Year's Eve show. And it's something I have never regretted 1 second of my life since.
I still haven't been to a Fish show.
Dude, you got to go. Go to Madison Square Garden. Like one of your like MSG should be like one of your favorite shows. And I hope some of your podcast followers don't be like, Madison Square Garden's not the best. But it's like, all right, it's all opinion. Like you'll
Yeah.
love MSG. It's a good starter, dude. It's fucking awesome. And
I
it's just
need to
like
go. I just like it
sick.
just hasn't. I've seen Trey like 3 or 4 times. I see like Oysterhead and Trey Anastasio band, but I've just never seen the whole group Fish yet.
Yeah, go do it. It'll be fun. You'll enjoy it, especially if you like Trey. Like, just do it.
Um,
It's something that every jam band fan should experience. I feel like the people that really deny it just deny it so much because it was forced down their throat and they like
mm,
don't want to accept it. Because that's how it was at me too. I feel like at first, like I had a shithead friend, Fish fan, who like I don't even talk to anymore, who would only show me like the weird ass Fish shit, and I'd be like, "What is this?" He'd be like listening to like Bathtub Gin, and be like, "Listen to this part," like the whole like dong dong dong, and like that was his favorite part, and I'm like, "This isn't music. Like, what are you doing?" But then I did my own research and I listened to Amsterdam '97, and I was like, "This is fucking sick. Why didn't anyone show me this?" Like,
hmm
I'm
Yeah, I've
gonna.
listened to
And I
some
was
of
like,
their
"I'll do
old
my own
studio
research."
albums that I really
Yeah,
like.
I love studio albums. People don't like studio albums. I love studio albums. They're great.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I think that covers everything, man. This has been a lot of fun. I'm glad we were able to get this sorted and interview someone outside of the, I guess you're in Dogs in a Pile, but not the musician side of it. So it's
Yeah.
fun to hear some new perspectives. So thanks for coming on, man.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you so much.
You just got jammed.
Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back from that interview with Nick. Fun one.
Yeah, that's so fun. It's nice to have someone that's so close to the music, but not in the music, you know?
Yeah, and
Not
that's
making it.
we kind of talked about it too. It's like nice to have someone that's in Dogs in a Pile that's not a musician, because you know his reasoning and like why he's involved in that is kind of similar to why we're doing it. You know, like we can't. He talks about like can't really play music. He likes to sing. He
Aw.
sang some songs with Dogs in a Pile before, but he was like not good enough to make this my thing. So
Yeah.
like just hustling and grinding and photography, and then like he talks about just being a good hang, and that can open the door for you.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like you and I are trying to do is just, we're hustling, grinding, staying involved in it.
Yeah.
And
I'm hoping one day for some kind of big break.
yeah, something will happen. Who knows?
Somewhere. Even a
Speak-
small break.
Yeah, and maybe the All Jammed Up Fest, which the lineup should be going out real soon here. We got
We did get a pretty cool.
a few pretty cool ones. Finalizing some stuff now. Working with agents and stuff is quite a tedious task.
Yes.
Especially
just back and forth emails.
Yeah.
And like,
I wish I could
but
just
you
call
said
them.
this and this, and you said this and this, and it's like I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Just agree with what I want.
It's funny because like I was working those sales jobs that I've talked about in the podcast a bunch for
Yeah.
like 6 years, and it was like, why am I doing this? What am I learning from this? I know I don't care about this, and now I'm kind of using all those skills just in something I care about. So
Yeah.
it wasn't all for nothing.
No, exactly. It wasn't all in vain. We'll find a thing for your sports management degree, but
I don't know if the sports will get involved, but some of the business
some
skills
kind of
that I've learned.
management, though, yeah.
Yeah, and like even just for my jobs too. I mean, today I've been trying to find out like some gigging jobs, and I had an interview for some guy who's trying to set up a podcast, and he was like, "I need help doing it. Like, I'll pay you to set it up." And just had an interview with him, and he seemed excited about it. He's like, "I gotta do my due diligence and interview a couple other people," but
That's fair.
it seemed to win
You
good.
know,
And if it doesn't go, that's all right either.
do your
But,
due diligence, whatever you need.
but anything Chloe's Corner you got lined up for us that you want to chat about today?
Well, it's Thursday, so it's Song of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say them now?
Yeah, we can do them now.
I have one.
Okay, I just have one this week too.
Good. I have Tall Boy by Abby
Ooh,
Webster.
great song.
Webster?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, let me see. Song of the Week. Yeah, Abby Webster. So this is actually a song that Clint heard one day and was like, this song really reminds me of you. It's like a song that makes me smile. It is a very gruff song, and I'm not a very gruff person.
Yeah.
But I still like that music makes you think of me. So
It's a fun song though, like
It is a fun song. It's a very
catchy too.
very catchy. Lyrics are a little funny here and there, but
I don't need no man. I got my tall boy.
So
Maybe we
that's
should
a
try
fun
to
one.
get in touch with her, get her on the podcast. I
That's
haven't
an
really listened to
idea.
any of other music though,
I truthfully haven't either.
but that song's good. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna be. I think I talked about this song on Monday.
Yes, we mentioned. Yeah, we did talk about it a bit, which is perfect. that-
Chameleonis Monk. I don't know how to say it.
yeah, but that is Song of the Week.
For me, and it'll be. I assume that show will be on Nugs. It hasn't been released yet. I just checked. So listen to it on Spotify. But if you have Nugs, keep an eye out for Oregon Fairchild's show in Asheville
Yeah.
and check that one out because it was a fucking banger.
Yeah, you'll probably hear Clint and I just screaming in it the entire
I was
time.
just
because that
geeking
was
out.
Fun.
I was geeking out because they were just like having so much fun.
Their just like on stage chemistry was so nice to see.
And then we went to One World on Sunday, and Holly, shouts out Holly, the bartender, she was like, yeah, they finished playing at like midnight, and they stayed here till like 2:30. We were just taking shots and drinking, and they were
Yeah.
laughing, being funny, just
Yeah, they
entertaining
were like they were
themselves.
just keeping themselves entertained, laughing with each other. I love that. I have such a heart for friendship. I find it such a beautiful thing.
I was like, that doesn't surprise me at all that those guys, like older guys like that,
I
they
know.
got to be in their
I
50s.
wish that we didn't. We both had to work that
Yeah.
next day, and they did ask us.
I would have
to stay
loved to
during-
get loose with those
I
fellas.
bet they are a fun little crowd to stay around and have a couple drinks with. They were very nice. But we haven't talked yet about our Sunday escapades. So Sunday we did Sons
Oh, we
of
didn't
Stars.
because we did. Yeah, we did Sons of Stars. Didn't? Oh, we did Sons of Stars twice. Yeah.
Yeah, so we did Sons of Stars at One World, and then they had to hop, skip, and jump to Third Room.
We were all yelling at them to play New Country Blues, and they were like, "Just go to Third Room. Just go to Third Room. We got to go to Third Room."
Yeah, which thank goodness for them. I mean,
We were all yelling. It was me and Hannah,
Yeah.
as usual.
As per usual, those two calling for an All Fall Down or a New Country.
I stuck with the New
Blues.
Country Blues 'cause I knew it was the quick one.
That's fair, yeah.
I knew the All Fall Down was a tall task. It 5:50 or 5:05 when there was a stop at 5.
Yeah, that's true. Good on you for the respect.
They played a lot of originals though at One World, like
They did, and
close
I
to
had-
like a whole set of
I
originals.
had fun with that. Yeah, yeah, and then so before Sunstars played their second set, our good old friends from Moonshroom played.
Jake and Lily.
Yeah,
and the rest
they
of
had
their
a
band.
really lovely set. They were kind of a bit more like
It was like
I'm so bad at actual descriptive words. They were a bit more like twangy country.
Yeah.
Maybe a tinge of Western. I said
It
that
was
it
like-
was like
poppy Western,
I said that it was as if
but not pop.
Charlie Crockett and like I said Jason Aldean. I don't know the difference between all the country singers that I want to say, but if Charlie Crockett and a Jason Aldean type had a baby.
I think too, it's they have a girl singer, so that like gives it kind of that like
Twang.
pop.
And
Yeah.
when you add the dobro as well, kind of adds that like westerny.
They all had their little mushroom hanging on like the
They
end
did.
of their guitar too, which is
That was
cool.
fun. Also, that second guitarist played like 3 different instruments, I think.
Jake played dobro and acoustic too.
Dobro and
but
acoustic. The other guy played acoustic and mandolin. Maybe it was just those 2.
Sons of Stars did a steam powered aeroplane.
They did.
I don't know if I've seen them play that before.
I don't think I have. Johnny sung?
Yeah.
I thought Alex would have sung that one.
Johnny's been taking over some of the singing lately.
I do agree with that. It seems like since the single came out.
Yeah. Carolina Bound. Hey, that's on the
but they
playlist
let
too.
Jason sung one as well. What did he sing?
He usually sings John Hartford tunes.
It was a John Hartford. I remember him saying that afterwards. He gave a shout
But they
out
didn't do
to Sir
he didn't
Hartford.
sing Steam Powered Airplane.
No.
But he sings a couple of those John Hartford tunes.
No, it was fun seeing Lindsay Pruitt there.
Oh yeah, she was there.
Who else did we run into?
Just the normals.
Just the normals, but we hadn't seen the normals
Yeah,
in
I
so
know.
long.
Alec was there.
It was nice. They
Kat and Bradley were there. Steven and Christy were there.
so they in the third room when they do like the more kind of bluegrassy shows, they set up some of the rugs, the good old classic floor
Yeah.
rugs. And at the start of every show, everyone is so hesitant to get on the rugs. No one wants to be the first one dancing on the rug. And so Lane was like, I will make a bet with you that no one will dance on that. And I was like, I should have made the bet because I was the first one to dance on it and I would have
We
blown
were
won.
getting down too.
Yeah, we were getting down. But at first it was you were over getting drinks and catching up with you were in the lab, that's what it was. You were making your bets.
Oh yeah, we were. Those didn't work.
And
Bucks got killed.
Bucks got destroyed. I texted Clint at halftime. I wasn't even watching the game. I just checked the score to see what kind of night you would have been having. It was like 7 to
Like 28.
27, I
yeah.
think. Yeah, it was
And
terrible.
Baker got hurt.
I did see that. I didn't see how he got hurt, but I saw he got taken out.
That was like the gauntlet part of our. Like we played a lot of hard teams in a row, and we
And
lost
that was
them
meant
all.
to be like our breather.
No. That was the hardest part. We played the Lions, Eagles, Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, and Bills. And we only beat the Seahawks. I think we lost one more too. But yeah, not a good couple weeks for us. But we have easy games the rest of the season, so we should still be able to win the division. But if Baker's hurt, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a. I did still win fantasy this week. It was real. Fucking Lamar Jackson is pissing me off. He's too. He hasn't done me any good in like multiple.
He's still
weeks.
injured.
Well, you shouldn't be back in if you're still injured. You gotta.
He doesn't
play at
care about your
100%.
fantasy. He
Like,
doesn't
you
care.
won. I won. Number 1 NFL girly. She won. I'm in second place now, and I go against Brandon next. Anyway, sorry about that, but I'm pissed off at Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna bench him. I have Aaron Rodgers.
He's hurt too.
Oh, he is. He was inactive last week. Oh, I gotta pick up another one. This could be who's on the chopping block. Who's on the chopping? I've had Lamar Jackson for 3 years in a row.
Keep him. Stay loyal to him. Give him one more week.
Let's see.
They play tomorrow. They play the Bengals tomorrow.
DJ Moore like 3 games. He gave me 3 bad games last year and I dropped him. So we'll have to see.
And then Barely Dead was the.
Barely Dead was the headliner of that set. Oh, yeah. So everyone was dancing around the rugs, and then it just became me and Steven. And me and him were kind of dancing around, and he goes, "We're the only ones." He's like, "Someone had to do it. We're the only ones. Everyone else is too
I was
scared to
there.
get on the rugs." But then it opened
Yeah.
up, and everyone realized they could step on the rugs. They're not just there for barriers. They're also very soft and cushy.
Kushti.
Cushy. But then, yes, neither of us stayed for Barely Dead. Clint, I was meant to, but I was high and forgot my sequence of plans.
After Sons of Stars, you're like, time for me to go home.
Yeah, so Clint went out to Easy Tiger to watch the games with Omar and Spencer. And so I was like, okay, in my head, I was like, I'll stay for a bit of Barely Dead and then go home. But then when we said goodbye, my mind was on autopilot and I just left. So.
Yeah, I should have stayed anyways. Kevin was right.
Really? Were they really good? Oh,
Well,
the
no, just
game
'cause the
wasn't
Bucks
worth
sucked,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just spent $60 on wings and beer and lost. Watch them lose.
And you didn't even bring me wings home when I asked twice.
You were asleep when I got home.
It was, and I ate Sonic. I had a supersonic double cheeseburger, I had medium chili cheese fries, and I had a Oreo Sonic Blast.
And then I do want to Thanksgiving today.
It's Thanksgiving.
So maybe just and then a light note, a couple things we're thankful for.
Okay. Should we spitfire back and forth?
I'll go first.
You go first.
You.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna save that one for last. I got out of work early today, but I did have a pretty rough shift in the ICU today, so I am thankful for our health, both of us,
Good one.
bilaterally. I think there's a lot of people that are spending holidays not in such a joyous situation, and I'm thankful for that.
I'll keep it based on the work thing. As many of you know, I took the leap to quit my very cushy job this year. Took a big pay cut, and I was really scared of it. But it's been really good for me, and I'm thankful that it's worked out. And I guess I'm thankful for the people that have kind of encouraged me to follow my dream, so to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for all of you guys listening who are helping me with that.
Yeah, because it is a jump. It's a scary. I mean, everyone that's done some kind of big switch in their life, they know how freaky that is.
It was always a thing that, like, you knew, like, I knew I was going to do it, but I didn't know, like, why I was going to do it or what I was going to be doing instead. But I was like, there's no way I can do this forever.
Yeah.
And even when I started the podcast, I thought that, but I was like, it's probably not going to be this. And here it is. So, yeah, I would say that for, like, thankful for just people believing in me and me believing in myself, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm fucking thankful for that too. Definitely. We'll do 3 each, yeah?
Okay.
I'm gonna take Asheville. Oop, that's my one. Very thankful for Asheville. Very thankful for the community that just wrapped their arms around
For
us
sure.
and danced with us and let us in. And thankful for every opportunity it's brought us, the people that we've met through it.
One World, Lisa,
One World, The Whale, Ross,
everybody.
everybody.
You guys know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Jameis Winston for getting the 3rd rushing touchdown of my parlay a couple weeks ago that resulted in me winning a lot of money.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, Jameis Winston. Big one goes out to you. Also, side note, Trevor Lawrence and Baker Mayfield, you did also help. But Jameis Winston, you were the G.
You're the king.
My last one is obviously you. I'm very thankful for you. You are the world to me. I'm excited for what we're building. I won't get too gushy on here, but I am very thankful for you.
Likewise. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up for today, huh? You guys may have saw on Instagram this past weekend. I took a picture of my story, said that one of, if maybe the biggest guest.
He was making a face that looks like this. If you're looking at the camera, look now.
And a thumbs up. I had a thumbs up too. Is it the biggest guest, would you say? Maybe to me.
I think to a big part of our community we're building,
Yeah.
it's quite a big name.
And the thing is too, like, sometimes you get a big name and the interview's not that great. It was a fucking awesome interview.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to release that one on Monday. I don't think I should tell you guys who it is. What do you think? You know what? If they're listening this long into the episode,
You get to know.
You're a
It
true
rhymes
fan.
with stock, Maroc hold.
it's Rob Baracco from Dark Star Orchestra. You know, the guy that used to play with Phil Lesh.
You know, fucking Rob Rocco.
The guy that played with Derek Trucks when he was 18. The guy that played with Jimmy Herring. The guy that puts on Dark Star Jubilee. Yeah, it was pretty sick. And he gets into, like, cool stories.
He didn't hold back, which, like, I do.
I asked him a
feel-
question about drugs, and I was like, we can cut this part too, and he was like, nah, let's do it, and he got it. Gave us a couple good stories. So like all in all, it was I heard it. It was a really great interview. Can't wait for you guys to hear it, and maybe this will be a little entryway into getting more people in that Grateful Dead world on the podcast.
Yeah, that would be awesome because that is such a big part of our stories.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm so excited for Dark Star Jubilee.
Yeah.
Because we do so much with like strictly jam or strictly bluegrass. It is nice to have something strictly dead that we get to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like always going back to like, because that's like what kind of did it for me at first was just the Grateful Dead. And it's like going back to my roots for a little bit.
Yeah, even though now we feel like bluegrass is our roots, it's funny how your roots change.
But
Speaking
do
of
they?
roots, guys, no, they don't change. They just grow further. They just ascend deeper. They get to deeper layers of soil. They go from stalactites to stalagmites.
All right, you want to wrap it up?
Wait, I want to give you that's not how roots go, just so we know. I do know what caves are. My plants are doing really well. I know you're all wondering. Goldie, she's got leaves almost as big as my hand, and that's a pothos. And then my Monstera, she had a new leaf come in when we were away on our big trip, and it's looking healthy. And his trunk has gotten even longer, so.
Longer.
And then I have that other one. I think this is read the corner, and it's kind of just doing. I don't really care about that one that much. But my other three, love them. Stars of the show.
Alrighty, guys. Well, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your long weekend, I would assume.
Don't forget your omeprazole or your Tums when you eat too much.
And we'll see you on Monday with Rob Baracco. And remember, wherever you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be.
Well, all jammed up, hey, that's where it's going down. Best damn pot in this old Asheville town. More than enough old stories to go around. And I'm all jammed up right now. Yes, I'm all jammed up right now.